Hello, this is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. I have a package here from Melissa. Old Times Gem and Antiques. And Melissa has, this is a Staples box. It says, "Thank you for your purchase," written here in pretty cursive, and there's a thank you sticker. This box has been reused, although it was purchased as a box originally and reused once. And it's good sturdy cardboard, and which is a good thing because of what is in here. Melissa emailed me about this package to make sure I had received it, because I got to the post office, and I think this package came in the day after I went to the post office, which sometimes happens. So it's not the seller. If they don't make a mail call by a certain time, it's not the seller. It's the way that which the days fall sometimes. But right now, my unboxings are going out into April, and this is November, so I need to be very careful how I open this. Here we have some bingo cards. Dear Myra, thank you so much for your patience. I came down with a severe ear infection. I'm never this late. My apologies. Well, you know, Melissa, God knows what he's doing. And not that he wanted you to have an ear infection, but this package came in a timely manner for what's going on in my life and what I need this for. Because what you're sending me, oh goodness, that thing's falling on the floor, is truly precious to me. And I have been for a long time having my own war with Christmas. And there's baby Jesus in the manger. Let me get the rest of this unwrapped. There are a lot of parts to this. And this is vintage. As you can see, things are not perfect with it. Because it is vintage, and when you buy vintage things, that happens. Here we have I believe one of the wise men. I am going to have a series where I talk about the Christmas holiday. I believe that to be Mary. But this could also be Mary. When Melissa was selling this possibly is Joseph. There might be a second Joseph in here. But when she was showing this, she was talking about how there was kind of a village in here. Now, I've got some, I'm going to unbox this differently because of the lack of room I have. Here is a Christmas tree. Let me show you the pieces that I have so far. But I'm going to be talking about when and how we celebrate Christmas. I believe this Mary is a little small to that Jesus. So let me go ahead and move these back. I didn't want to have that box here because I've got some vintage glass back here, and there wasn't really enough room, and I didn't want to break anything I already own. All right, here's some larger figurines. I believe this to be a wise man as well. But for a long time in the United Kingdom, oh, here's the Mary that goes with the baby Jesus. Christmas was outlawed. Here's another possible Mary. Mary, I think, is the only named woman at the manger scene. I believe this to be Joseph. But anyway, Melissa was laughing and saying, oh, there's a whole village here. Okay, here's an angel. And the angel was at the scene. The angel not sure what this is. This I'll have to figure out. Sometimes I have to go back and watch the original presenting video to know what things are. Sometimes the presenter knows and sometimes they don't. Just like Melissa joked and said, the whole village is here. The bottom part of this is the manger. And it's a very heavy wood. I'm going to have to turn it upside down to get it out. Okay. It's on the floor now out of the box. And there are more figurines, which I'm grateful for because I was thinking that I was down a wise man. Looks like a Joseph to me. So I think these go together. There are lots more. I was wondering for a second if there was no figures inside of it or whether it was empty inside. But here we have, oh, wonderful. We have some shepherds. Now the shepherds and the angels go together in one scene. I understand what she's saying about a whole village. Another shepherd with a lyre. And here's a man he could be a wise man. I think he's a wise man. I think he goes with a different set of wise men. Um, he's holding a jug here. See, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense or myrrh could have come in that kind of container, but he has an axe. So maybe he's the innkeeper. I don't know. Okay, I'll figure that out later. I'm open to ideas on the gentleman with the axe. But she was definitely right. This is a village. Definitely a wise man. No doubt that he is a wise man. So this is a conglomerate of several. Oh, here's a beautiful angel. I mean, the other one's beautiful, but that one's more gold. Oh, I love this Melissa. There is a faint smell of smoke on the papers, but thing is, it doesn't matter when you're purchasing something like this, because once the papers are recycled, they're gone. So the packaging doesn't matter, and these objects don't hold smell. So let me get this out. Another beautiful angel. Another wise man. I got tons of wise men. I've heard people say that we don't really know how many wise men there were. So I've got an army of wise men. And here is another beautiful angel. I don't normally have angels in my house. There is some debate about what angels look like. We all have them depicted as beautiful men and women. At Sodom and Gomorrah, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah wanted the angels to do untold nasty stuff with, and it so that indicated that they were handsome, but it doesn't indicate whether they're men or women. I had a friend in the auction community, actually, that told me there was no mention of female angels in the Bible. After that, I did get rid of all my angels in my home, and then my mother and I combined households. And since then, I've gotten rid of almost all the angels she had over here. I donated them to the church, and they gave them to the new members that came into the church right after the group of people that I came into the church with as a new member. So that was last year. And but the depiction of angels for the birth of Christ, it's not mentioned whether they're male or female, but for some reason, the churches through the history have always depicted them as female. So these are beautiful angels. And we have shepherds, which I've never seen this in a manger scene. Now, what I don't see that I typically see in a manger scene are the animals. The only animals I see are the ones with the shepherds. And here, these are all Joseph's and Mary's and wise men. Lots of wise men. Let me go through this stuff again over here, all this bubble wrap and everything, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. was one sheep or one donkey, one animal, in addition to the animals that are with the wise men. So I'll go through all the paper over here and look. And in this kind of case, what I'll do is I'll go back through and I will watch the video. There are no other figures over here to be had. So I will go back through and I will check the video and I will email Melissa and say, you know, you owe me a donkey or a sheep, or I'll say I got everything if everything is here that was displayed. So I'm going to move the angels. Actually, I kind of need to move everything. This is such fun. But I was telling somebody that's having a 12 Days of Christmas event. Maybe Baby Jesus goes on this. I'm not sure. A lot of times, the most missing piece in any manger scene is Baby Jesus. And the fact that there's like at least 3 sets of Joseph and Mary's. And there's only one Baby Jesus is a testimony to that, quite certainly. So let me move all this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to try and bring this manger up. This is a wonderful manger. It has a light in it. Now there's pegs here, maybe where things were staged. The figures were supposed to be staged, didn't it? Okay, the light works. All right. Now, let's put Joseph and Mary in here. Baby Jesus. If he's elevated enough there or not. And I'm going to put the shepherds in here. I believe all these go together because they'll have grass basins or green basins. Now, this probably should go up here, but I'm not going to do that because there's nowhere to hold these up here. So I'm going to put the angels on the corner because they should really be up in the air. I can push this back a little bit. Oh, okay. The wise men are falling. Sorry, wise men. They are unharmed. They fell on cardboard, of course. Okay. Okay. It's a simple off and on. I'm going to switch out Joseph and Mary. Now, why aren't the wise men in here? Why haven't I included the wise men? Because the day that Jesus was born, the wise men were not there. The wise men visited later. So if you see a manger scene that has the wise men in it, it's incorrect. The Christian tradition is to celebrate Christmas on December 25th. We know that December 25th is not the actual date that Jesus was born. And that we know that it was in the spring because of the shepherds. And the angels came to the shepherds. I bring you great tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people, all people. And they brought the news to the shepherds. So the shepherds were the first missionaries because they spread the news of Jesus Christ first. Well, the angels did first. And all the old prophets of the Old Testament. But they were the first people that actually spread the news of Jesus Christ's presence here on earth. And then after Joseph and Mary and baby Jesus returned home, it was months and months later. Some people even say up to 2 years, 2.5 years later, that the wise men showed up with gifts. And we don't know how far they traveled. And that's another thing I'm going to get into. Some people have theories on who they were and how far they traveled. So between December 24th and January 6th, I will be discussing the events of Jesus' birth and the beginnings of his life. And I'm going to use this manger scene and other figurines. But the wise men were not here on this day. And I want to thank Melissa for bringing me this wonderful set to help illustrate. I have not had a proper manger scene since my childhood. I was an atheist for 41 years. And since I've been a Christian again, I have, like I said, I got rid of all the female angels that I had obtained the first 2 years of my return to Christianity. I gave them away on my channel, some of them. And the other ones that I've had access to since I merged households with my mother, I've given to the church. My church has no qualms with female angels. I had a personal conviction where I wasn't sure. But I definitely will keep the angels in this major scene. Maybe not the extra angel. I might gift that one. But the main set that I end up using, telling my story, I will keep. And I really appreciate this, Melissa, because this has been a long time coming for me. I did give my mother a beautiful nativity snow globe that she regifted to someone else. Story of my life. So this is like a personal restoration to me in multiple ways because I turned my back on God for so long. And now I can have a closer walk with God and enjoy these things that represent the birth of Christ and our path, our history as Christians, um, to the cross and to salvation and to the resurrection. I had watched a video today about Presbyterians. As you know, Catholics and many others, on the cross, they have Jesus Christ hanging on the cross. It's called a crucifix, not just a cross, when Jesus Christ is on the cross. And I have bought many Catholic medals and crucifixes and rosaries from many different resellers. But today I found out why the Presbyterians specifically do not have crucifixes but only have crosses, because they are focused on the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, because he did not stay on that cross. He rose from the dead and then later ascended into heaven. So Jesus Christ is no longer on the cross. So some denominations place Jesus on the cross, on their crosses, on their crucifixes, and some don't. And now I have a greater understanding of why. So if you have questions about the why, about some things about Christmas, and I don't even care if you're an atheist and you're being sarcastic, because, well, I was an atheist for 41 years, and I used to be that sarcastic atheist asking Christians what I perceived to be rude questions, to be rude, to be sarcastic, to snap them out of their delusion. So if you're that atheist and you're going to try to snap me out of my Christian delusion, go right ahead, because I've been on the other side of the fence, and you might be surprised at some of my answers. And also, if any of you have any questions about Christianity, period, please ask them. Ask them on this video. This is the time of year that we think about Jesus Christ the most, because of our celebration of Christmas is so huge in our culture. And it's partially huge because of Santa Claus, and it's partially huge because of Jesus. And in saying that, well, no, I'm going to save how, if it weren't for Jesus, there wouldn't be a Santa Claus, for another video, because I have props. And you all have a wonderful and blessed day.